just sliced my hand. I actually did just slice my hand. But who gives a fuck? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to week 11, turning $100 into $1 million. All I can say is let my results speak for themselves. Now, you might be wondering, what the fuck? The video just started. It didn't. The video started yesterday on Sunday Swings. Welcome to another Sunday Swings, where I literally broke down every single one of these trades to the T. I started off yesterday's Sunday Swings not only explaining the difficulties that I was going through on the 100 to the mil.
There's nothing you can do. You can have the most motivation you could possibly ever ask for to actually be able to go catch the fish. But if the oceans don't give you the opportunities to go fish, there's nothing that you can do about it.
But how I was not going to let that affect my trading, and how I was still going to come into this new week with this same mindset that I had up to this point in the challenge, and how my actual strategy, nothing's wrong with it. The only thing that happened is the trader behind the strategy, he was simply fucking up. So not only did I do that, but I also shared the pairs that I was going to be trading. USD CAD, NZD, JPY, everything. We'll pop up the clips here for you guys.
So USD CAD, we're looking at it very soon. Just going to wait for a little wick to the upside. USD JPY, we currently have a weekly body retest at previous weekly structure points. CAD JPY is another trade that we're interested in. Next, AUD JPY is quite literally the exact same thing. So GBP USD is going to be, I say, technically my second pair that I'm interested for the week, because this is my number one pair. And then all of these pairs are technically my number two because they're all identical.
And early last night, I did it. I entered USD CAD on the sells once again. So if you guys go watch last week's series, you guys would see what I went through last week right here at this very moment. I entered this trade, got stopped out at break even. I closed out at break even. I entered this trade, closed myself out at break even right here. It was an absolute brutal Friday. Now price came back into the area, did exactly what I said it was going to do, and then we executed the positions right at the top of this area. Such a beautiful trade. Look at this retest here from this level of support, resistance, rejection from the EMA. Daily time frame currently having that break of structure. This daily candlestick can go off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 candlesticks. Then we had the pullback. Then we had the weekly double doji, rejection from the EMA, rejection from the structure. Like there's so many things that are gonna make this trade create a new lower low rather than create a higher high. All I did was simply re-enter the trade where I was originally entered. The only thing that changed is the mindset behind when I entered this trade versus when I entered this trade. But if you notice, I'm taking the exact same trade. Look at the pattern formation here and where it is. It's at the area of interest, EMA. Look at the pattern formation here. It's at the area of interest and EMA. And then you simply set and forget. And we're now up $168,000. And yes, it's the same account as always, boys. You guys can see right here in the trade history. I can literally close this position right now. So it's literally Monday morning and I can literally close out this position at this very point right here and be done for the week. And there goes this series, 5 minutes. But you know what? We're not stopping there. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna try and turn this 100-something thousand into the million today. Probably not, let's be realistic. So I am literally about to close this position at any given moment. Probably about to close this position because the 4 hour is indeed having a rejection from the structure point, which it is my first take profit right at the structure point. But the downside potential from this trade from here is absolutely ridiculous. So let me just explain to you the other markets that I am interested in before we close this one at $160,000 in profit. We were just up 170 and we just lost 10,000 talking shit. So next markets that I am interested in is going to be USD JPY, where we're going to be waiting for a break and retest to then sell to the downside. So we had the break, the retest, now we're kind of waiting on that rejection. CAD JPY, no break and retest, no trade. Euro JPY, no break and retest, no trade. AUD JPY, we're waiting for a break and retest to then sell. NZD JPY, we're waiting for a break and retest to then sell, no break, no retest. GBP USD, we're waiting for a retest of this area to then buy. but the market has not given us the retest how we wanted it to. It kind of had a half-assed pullback, and we're waiting for it to actually make it and retest this EMA to then go to the upside. And then USD CHF, we're going to be waiting for price to have a solid break above this area, then a retest, and then we'll continue heading to the upside. So USD CAD as of right now, this is our girl right here. Oh shit. Oh shit. Now we're up 157. Fantastic. Great. Okay. All right. I'm gonna determine in the next 15 minutes if we should, like, look at that. Would you want to close after a humongous bearish rejection candlestick like that? We're gonna wait another 6 minutes to decide exactly what we're gonna do on this position. So let's wait. All right, boys. Trade update. We are currently up 189. So I just explained to you guys that we have to wait for the 15-minute candlestick to close. And imagine if we would have closed right here at 150. And then this happened literally a couple seconds after. Like, you guys need to understand, this is the whole point of set and forget. When you enter a winning position, it's to set and forget. It's to not close your profit short. Last week when I was telling you guys that this trade had a big time downside potential, when we were in this position right here, and you guys were telling me, oh, you need to close, when this trade was at this point right here. Literally, this market was at this point, and I was up about $100,000 at this point. Pop up the clip so people can have some context if it's their first time seeing it. $50,000 for the balance of $91,000. This trade has the potential to be $250,000. So let me show you guys right here. So earlier, we were obviously anticipating for price to have a body candlestick closure under this level. And if we did, we were golden. But price is having a pullback to now retest this level of support, and then resistance through here. When it was this point, you guys were saying, yo, close the trade, you're up 100K. And it's what I'm telling you guys. Like, you guys are looking at the money. I'm not. I don't care that I'm up 100K. The trade is not done. The trade has to be closed at a minimum of a 1 to 2 risk to reward. If I were to have closed this trade at this point right here, I would have closed at a 1 to 1.2. I have to close at a minimum a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Now, yes, I'm up 100K at this point. Is that crazy? For sure. But I'm breaking my trading plan if I don't let it hit my take profit. I have the weekly in my favor. I have the daily in my favor. I have the 4-hour in my favor. I have all the price action I can possibly ask for in my favor for this trade to go to the downside. Why would I do an impulsive close for 100K when I see the downside potential of the trade? I'm following my trading plan if I set and forget. If I close early, that is where I'm being emotional. Now that we understand that me being up 100K and not closing there doesn't mean that I am being greedy. I'm following my trading plan. Clearly, my trading plan worked because I did not lose this trade at any point if I would have continued to set and forget. This trade was only technically lost because I manually closed this trade and I manually closed this trade. But if I would have continued to set and forget this one and this one, look where we would be right now. The analysis was correct. The only issue is the trader behind this analysis was incorrect. Now, if I decide that we are at a 1 to 3 risk to reward on this trade, to not close at this point, now I'm being greedy because now the trade has hit the point where I want it to hit. The analysis has played out, but for whatever reason, I want more profits. This is not enough. Now, if I don't close right now with in total profit $195,000, now I'm being greedy. Now I'm breaking my trading plan because the trade has indeed played out and I have gotten the trade that I wanted to. But keep in mind, this trade still has so much more downside potential. This trade, we have just retested this. Let me remove this little close thing. Has just retested this strong level of support and this strong level of resistance with the EMA. Last time we broke and retested this point here, look at the massive move that we had. We have to minimum set our take profit right back down at this level. I'm setting my take profit right at this structure level because it is the first and closest point that the market can have a reaction from. But the real take profit that we have to have is this one. Now, obviously, because we're in the challenge and, you know, I need to be a little bit more realistic with the results, I am probably not going to be holding for that long. But this trade has so much more downside potential that all I'm doing by holding is sticking to the plan. I am not being greedy. I need you guys to understand that, really comprehend that, because by me simply set and forgetting, I am maximizing the profits that I am analyzing. I am analyzing a market, like literally, let's put it like this. I am analyzing a market major shift of move, right? So if we're over here and we have a shift of structure and then we retest here, I'm literally entering the trade here and I'm anticipating this whole entire new lower low leg, but I'm closing out a quarter of the way of that whole lower leg. What, Alex, what do you mean? Well, look at this trade on the weekly time frame. This weekly trade on the time frame, we anticipate for it to create a new lower low leg. We have a massive shift, lower low, lower high retest. This is the perfect price action, and it's literally confirming to you that it's going to create the lower low. We're closing it 50% from the lower low. Like, we're closing our profits halfway. Remember, I analyze as a swing trader. I just enter and execute the trade and manage it as an intraday and day trader. But this is the most beautiful swing trade you can ever possibly have. This trade will hit this low down here. Now, how long could that take? 2-3 months? Sure. I will never hold a trade that long because I just simply don't. But I need you guys to understand, by set and forgetting, you're following your trading plan. You never want to cut your profits short. You want to maximize them. How do you maximize them? By set and forgetting. So right now, obviously the trade is looking very well. We're having great momentum to begin the week. And if we were to decide to just close this trade at the bottom of this 4-hour structure point, right? Realistically, this structure point right here, like, we would definitely surpass the goal that we would want for the week. Like right now, we're up. Yeah, that's crazy. Because it's like last week, bro, we were like doubting everything and just fucking, because I was dealing, we're having to explain this to you guys last week when you guys were just blowing me up. Close. You guys have to remember, like, I'm leading the way with my strategy. I'm explaining to you guys how to trade with my strategy. Only if you've been an experienced trader like me for 5-6 years would you understand what I'm looking at. So it was hard to like listen to people and then do my own. It was just hard to do everything at the same time. And I'm just glad that I've become a stronger person and I've been able to manage that stuff and realize, okay, you know what? I have to stick to what I have to do. Last year at this very point, I cracked. Pop up the clip of me cracking last year. So I'm gonna leave social media for as long as I feel like, because, you know, this whole challenge stuff, I've been doing this now for 3 months and it's been very stressful. I've given my all, and clearly in the last 2-3 weeks, I've just been completely breaking my trading plan. Everything has just pretty much gone down the drain, and I'm gonna enter a dark mode. But now this year, I'm strong and I'm a completely different person. I'm glad I'm able to show this to you guys. So, bro, it just doesn't stop. Look at it. Like, why would I want to close this right now? We're in, like, this is the whole point of the move. This momentum, this literal trend continuation. Now, when this one starts having a reversal, because I actually got this question asked, like, oh, Alex, how do you know when to stop your profits when you're in the momentum move? Great question, and this is the answer. So when you're in this move, when you have this lower low, this is literally destined to have a lower high. I don't want to be part of that lower high because I can then re-enter the trade. Where can I decide how to stop it? Very easy. When you start seeing the 15-minute structure shift. So that's why I told you this candlestick right here, we had to wait for it to close, because if it would have closed bullish and it would have started actually heading to the upside structurally, now that trade is going to have a reversal to here and then start heading to the downside. Since it closed bearish and everything after has been bearish, just very clear indication that the momentum is going to keep going to the downside. As soon as I start seeing some price action right around here on the 15-minute that it's going to reject and then start having that pullback, is where I will immediately close that position and take my profits at that point, because this pullback is just needed. Same thing as up here. When we had this major lower low move, I entered up here. I knew it was going to have a pullback. I just got emotional and closed it. But lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. It's going to happen. I can literally draw this move right here. Look, to show you guys, we have a lower low and a lower high. I'm just going to grab this same move to right around here. So we technically, to repeat this same move, we have that much more runway in this trade before we have the pullback. And notice where the pullback is, right around the same level where we should be having that retest. So I don't know. I might make a decision very soon. I do want to close right at flat 200,000. Fuck. Now we're at 198. So I can't look at this. I'm just supposed to look at this because this will directly reflect what is going on here. So I know I'm preaching a little bit, but I need you guys to deeply understand this. It's more than just reading the markets. It's like really getting it as a person, getting it as a trader. So I feel like I poured everything out there. So stay tuned. We're on our way right now to Fort Lauderdale. So you guys have an idea, it's about an hour away from my home. Not because I'm going to the beautiful beach of Fort Lauderdale or the beautiful American women of Fort Lauderdale. It's to go see my Bugatti. Fucking NPC! So we're on our way to Fort Lauderdale to go see my broken Bugatti. It has been broken now for 3 weeks. Why? Well, because I decided to be that guy and do some donuts in it. And not only did I just destroy the battery by leaving it on overnight without even knowing, because since it's my first Bugatti, I don't know how to function it. There's no handbook on how to use a Bugatti. You go on YouTube right now, how to use a Bugatti. No billionaire that owns a Bugatti is gonna make a Bugatti video on how to use a Bugatti. So I had to figure shit out myself. So I messed up the battery and I broke the belt to the alternator. Don't ask me how. The car has 1,000 miles, it's brand new. And it's mission impossible to get this belt. But we did it the Cuban Hialeah Miami way. And we got a belt from a Toyota Corolla and we put it on it. So we're gonna see if it could withstand the 1,600 horsepower from the Bugatti. Trade update. Wait, oh my God, that guy ran the fuck out of that shit. So did I. Who's more savage, you or me? All right, so trade update, boys. We have officially closed the trade at $200,000. You guys can see right here in our trade history that we have officially closed the trade. Now, it's exactly what I said. This trade has so much more downside potential, but without a lower high. So we avoided this drawdown to perfection. We closed the trade not at the lowest point. You know, we could have closed at the bottom of those wicks, but it's exactly what I anticipated. Price is to have a retest, to retest this level of support and resistance, so then price can then continue to head to the downside. We might add an entry very, very soon on this position right around here, but we're gonna be like, you know what, should we risk the extra? Because I won't risk 100%, I'll probably risk like 50K because we surpassed the goal for the week, but I don't know. So I'm gonna decide later today, because this is happening right now at 5 o'clock, right at the daily candlestick closure. So if I show you the daily time frame.
Bless you.
Thanks, dude. You gotta say that a little bit faster sometimes, right?
Usually do it 3 times.
You're right.
See what I tell you?
This guy knows me. That was pretty accurate. All right, so if the daily time frame closes with a daily wick like this, then the next day we're gonna fill that daily wick. So we definitely have another lower high creating right now, that if we get some good price action tonight in the session, we can easily catch that and catch the trade, make another 50 to 150K. For now, we're on our way.
Oh my God, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my God, what she saying, say it loud, yeah.
Get a Bugatti, they said. It would be fun, they said. So I don't know, the way I look at it is like, everything happens for a reason. Maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say anything negative, but maybe I drive the Bugatti really fast some night and, you know, something not great happens, and maybe it being down this long avoided something like that. So, you know, it does suck on the short term, but I think on the long term, it happens for the greater good. Since we can't go see, since we can't take out the Bugatti, just came to look at a jet, potentially. Sometimes you gotta just be ready for anything. See, that's an old tour right there. We want something like that black. Mira el... $100 into 200K. I told myself I would never walk back into that place unless I am ready to lose all the money that I go in with. Fuck that. And
today I'm not okay with it. So for that very reason, not going in. So sticking true to my word. I just want to all in on Blackjack, you know. But I'm good. It looks nice though.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Well, fuck no. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Trade update. It is currently 12:45 in the morning. It's about to be 1 a.m. Right now, we are in a new position where now the account is up $35 gazillion. I'm kidding. We're still at the same exact spot. Still no trades that we have added on to the challenge. So, we did miss this new added position on USD CAD. As you guys can see, prices actually had a retracement to the area exactly how I anticipated. Price came back, retested the structure level, and now it looks like it's having a sell down. We literally pulled out, I mean, you know, we had a little bit more that we could have potentially gotten, but you know, it's simply not worth it. So we got out at the perfect area right before this retracement. We're looking to add positions here, but the session was not the right session to be entering this trade. So for me to be interested in adding a new position, I would have to wait for a retest here to then head to the downside. So I'm gonna be waiting for that lower high to then sell. USD JPY is giving us a perfect daily double top potential rejection candlestick. We have double wicks at the top, daily and decision candle. 4 hour is breaking and retesting under this structure. We're now bearish. Now we're coming back to retest around psychological level 14400, and then on the 1 hour time frame, it looks like we're coming back to create this lower high because we're creating higher high, higher low, high low, high shift structure. So now this is literally the exact point where I would want to enter this trade. Like I would literally want to enter this trade. Obviously not right now. I'll have to wait for my engulfing candlestick, but this is the area where I want to enter this trade. My stop loss would be right around here. Let's call it 50 pips, and my take profit could be all the way down here for a quick, smooth, and easy 1 to 6 reward. Like I hope you know, if on this fucking trade right here, if I were to take this trade and I risk 100% of the account, meaning 200,000, and I get the 1 to 6 risk to reward, I will turn the 200K into $1.2 million. Now, should we do that right now? Probably not, because it would be quite, or maybe we should. I think we should. Let's just do it right now.
Everything on black.
Everything on black. Fuck it. Ready? No. That's how you make an emotional trading decision. You have to wait for your entry signal. As of right now, there is no entry signal. There is no trade. So we're going to be waiting for a bearish engulfing candlestick from this market to be interested in taking this trade to the downside. Every other market, CAD JPY, Euro JPY, AUD JPY, NZD JPY, I'm not interested in any of these markets. They're not giving me the price action that I want. Just looks ugly. USD JPY is the number one. So basically waiting for an engulfing to then sell, and then USD CAD waiting for a little pullback to then sell. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently 10:38 in the morning. I'm basically following up exactly what I said yesterday. Obviously, no trades so far in the account. Same exact trades. If we would have just continued to set and forget in our position, or add a position like I mentioned yesterday when we were on our way to go see the Bugatti, we would probably be up right now $500,000. When you're trading with the trend, the whole point is to set and forget. Price had a perfect retest of this area of interest. Price then retested daily area of interest, and we had the daily wick. How many times have I said that we're going to fill the daily wick? 1,000,000 times. So this is a perfect example of why we continue to hold our position and we don't cut our profit shorts when we're trading with the trend. I strongly believe this has the ability to easily make it down here to this low by the end of this week. It's just what the market move is doing. Look at the weekly time frame, retest. So like I said, we cut our profits halfway of the overall move, but it is what it is. We hit our goal for the week. Next, we have USD JPY, which we are actually very interested in entering this trade very soon. What I would need to see though is for this daily time frame to close like this. I would need for it to close with this double daily doji, because then the next day I can anticipate a push to the downside. So for right now, I don't love this price action on the 4 hour, and I don't love it on the 1 hour. Even though, yes, if I would have entered, we would have obviously been in profit. But if you noticed yesterday, we never got our entry signal. We never executed the trade. Because right now we are having what could be the potential entry signal, but I want to wait for the daily candlestick to close in order for us to actually be interested in this position. So this position is still very much active and can still very much happen, but we're just going to be waiting for a little bit more price action. All these other markets, I am not interested at all. I'm only interested in USD CAD or USD JPY. USD CAD is just gone. She's a goner. There's nothing we can do. The trade has simply sailed its way. We entered at the perfect point up here, and then we re-entered at this point right here. There's nothing else we can do other than just set and forget. We can't scale in at this point. The trade is simply gone. The trade is just happening. There's nothing that we could do about it. Now what we can do is just find a new opportunity on this market. And if you were to ask me, this price action here looks very similar to this price action here. It's approaching an area of interest in a 4 hour bullish form, accumulation, and then sell. It's approaching the area of interest in a 4 hour bullish form, accumulation, and then sell. The only difference between this and USD CAD is that this had a bit more accumulation. That is where USD JPY is currently right now. We're waiting for that break from this point right here. Obviously from that point right there, it's supposed to sell, but this price decided to have some liquidity pools before actually having the move. Right now, USD JPY, we're at that very exact same point. So let's be very selective on that, and we'll update you guys. So today, what mission do we have? We have, we're gonna go look at a new boat. I don't know if we can show you everything. It's like supposed to be a surprise, but you guys are part of the series, so we can, you know, give a little bit of an insight. But we're gonna go look at a new boat. That's all I can say. All right, so right now we're on our way to go see, police. Oh shit. We're about 37 minutes for the boat that we're gonna go see. We're gonna see how much we can actually show you guys without showing you what it is. We want it to be a surprise. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it yet. I have to like it first. So on our way right now to go see our new boat. Strategically hiding behind this car. Just very strategically hiding. Alex, why are you hiding behind the car? Because I don't have a license plate. Why don't you have a license plate? Because when you're a profitable trader, you do whatever the fuck.
It's very smart to have a Hans slice that goes over your shoulders. Because like I said, this car is very easy to crash. You don't know what you're doing.
And what is this, like semi? Like, what is it like?
Yeah, so there's a clutch
I was gonna
that's
say,
only for the first, to get into first gear. So it's like an F1 car, but they have a hand clutch on F1 cars.
Yeah.
You use the clutch to get into first, and then after that, you don't use your.
And is it supposed to be this soft, or is it?
What do you mean?
Like the clutch, or when it turns on, does it get harder?
No, it's very, very soft.
Like I feel like it doesn't even engage.
Yeah, it's.
That's how it is for the race cars. It's a real touch. It's a soft feel.
It takes a solid second to get used to that clutch though.
0 to 60. Just like it works intermittently, that I never fixed it, is the shower.
Does it work?
It does. It works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know why.
You could get it for 500 and steal. I robbed him, right? Robbed him. What about like Mark 500 and steal? Yeah, let's look right now what they are. I'll wire him by fucking. Not me. You'll wire him. Oh no, wait, the actual strip is like way that way. And then we would have a ginormous fucking untapped private airport that is closed. Don't ask how we got here, but we got here.
And don't ask why.
Yeah, don't ask why we're here. Cuban, Colombian, you know?
Airstrip, boats.
Boats, cars, watches. Come to your own conclusion. No, we're kidding. We're actually just trying to find a fucking airstrip so we can race the cars legally. But How do we get in? Might be illegal, but.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back home into the office. We picked up our shipment. We just distribute it. Okay, guys, please, it's a joke. This is our shipment right here. And our shipment is actually getting ready. So before that, I am actually just a little bit annoyed, simply because I knew this was going to happen. We analyzed this and I said it a gazillion times, a billion times. All you had to do was set and forget, which is this trade right here. This trade absolutely violated my take profit. We closed here for a 1 to 3 for 70 pips. If I would have continued to hold this position to the point we are now, we'd get a 1 to 7 for 144 pips. This account right now, instead of being at 200,000, we would easily be over $500,000 with one trade from 40K. Why? Because we set and forget. Like I've explained a million times. We're taking a trade at a daily area of interest. We're rejecting from a daily support and resistance. We have to set daily take profits. This right here, my real take profit would have been to that structure point right there, because it's the daily structure point. We've body closed under that. This is easily going to have a lower high and just going to continue plummeting to the downside. So for the next analysis, listen to me. Set and forget. But it's okay, because luckily the next trade is literally lining up right now. USD JPY, we've had a daily bearish pin bar confirmation with the liquidity pool with that wick above. What we're going to be waiting for price now to do is create a little quick lower high and then sell. So this is actually looking very nice, very clean lower low. I don't think this could just keep going to the downside without having a retest before heading to the downside. So we're going to wait for this quick retest and we'll check back in. It is currently 6:53 in the afternoon. We'll check back in right before London session. Trade update, boys. It is currently, and I say boys because 99% of the videos that watch this are men. A lot of testosterone on here. Kind of sus. 6 p.m. EST. Still no trade in the account. Everything exactly the same. You're still set and forget. So you guys can see here that USD CAD currently is having the pullback exactly how we were anticipating for price to do it, which is great because this is going to give us some nice opportunities for next week to actually be able to execute this market. Next we have USD JPY. Like I mentioned, we're going to break now and we're going to retest and continue to head to the upside. Don't love that bullish daily engulfing candlestick for a sell. I've seen this happen many times in the past. Now we're gonna wait for a quick retest to then buy to the upside. That's it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Currently is 9:46. Boring trade updates lately. Can't even lie. Absolutely no trades into the account. The markets are doing literally nothing. So you guys can see here, price is just having a little bit of pullback. Exactly what I anticipated. Had a rejection. Nothing else that we can expect from this market. Then we have USD JPY, which we are having the retest how we wanted to, but I'm not looking to enter this trade just yet because, again, keep in mind it is basically Friday Junior almost, so there's only basically one more session left in the market, and I'm not trying to get involved right now. I don't know. I don't want to be that guy that wants to force a trade at the end of the week, especially when I hit my goal for the week. But this is a perfect entry signal. You can very easily enter this trade right around here. Stop loss right under it, and then this could be a quick take profit right here for a quick 1 to 2. I don't like how the structure went bearish because you can see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, and now we're bearish. 30-minute is bearish and 15-minute is bearish. The only way I will actually be able to be interested in taking this trade is once price breaks above that structure level and then has a pullback, and then we can take the trade. So for now, not interested in that one. And GBP USD, lastly, didn't give us the retest how we wanted to, so we missed the whole move. Boring updates, I know, but I don't control the markets. I do control the markets. No, I don't. I mean, I have a guy inside the markets that I call. I'm like, yo, I'm about to enter a trade. Help me out. And then, you know, he'll give me a little bit of an edge. I'm kidding. That'd be lit, though. So now, set and forget. Let's see what today brings. It is currently 7:45 in the afternoon on a Friday. No more trades have been added since literally the Monday of this week. I know it's been a boring challenge this week. I generally haven't done much. I've just been pretty much home. Yesterday I slept for like 16 hours. But this is a perfect example of the trade idea that we anticipated. You react and adapt, you enter the next trade, and then you avoid a loss. So let's start off with USD. Well, actually, before we go to USD JPY, let's go to USD CAD. So USD CAD is not having the reaction from here as we anticipated. It is having a pullback, which is really good in my opinion, because I think this trade all of next week is just going to have a massive push to the downside. I think the weekly time frame is closing with this ginormous weekly wick, and that is going to be a very good indication for next week to open up and fill that wick and create a solid lower low on this market, which is going to be absolutely beautiful. Next is going to be USD JPY, where yesterday we anticipated for price to have a quick retest of this level and then head to the upside to then buy, and that is quite exactly what we did. Hit the take profit zone where we're looking to get out for a 1 to 2.5, but then this shit happened. Honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest and 100% transparent. I would have lost this trade. Why would you have lost? Well, this is why. Because I would have entered this trade, and you guys know I like to set and forget, and I would have continued to modify my take profit, and I would have probably set one up here for a 1 to 4, for example. And after seeing price action like this, after price creating a higher high, I would probably anticipate for price to have a quick retest of this structure level to then keep heading to the upside. But never in a million years would I expect that one candlestick would just come in and do that. You look at it on the 15-minute, that is fucking brutal. That is news. Look at that. Like, I would see that price action, I'm like, okay, you know what? Great. I'm gonna go take a shower, go eat something, and I would come back 15 minutes later with a fucking heart attack. How does this trade go from being up a 1 to 3 almost, and then 15 minutes later you that's brutal. Now you guys say, well, you go to break even. No, you never go to break even. If last week was not a perfect lesson for that, I don't know what else is. So this would actually be a losing trade for me if I would have executed it, simply because I would have continued to set and forget because the price action was so beautiful. So we avoided the loss earlier this week down here at the break and retest. We never got our entry. Then we missed this, but it was for the good because we would have avoided this crazy ass loss. Next week, I'm going to definitely be interested in selling this market if it decides to close like this, because we still have 3 hours left in the daily time frame, and we all know how things can change extremely fast. Next week I'll be looking for a retest, so on and so forth. So this week we ended off with a 201,000 in the account. No more trades. Let me actually show them 1 second. And you guys can see we're up 201,000, and the trade history, you guys can see absolutely everything there. So no more trades in the account. This is a perfect example of the set and forget strategy. Next week, we're going to try and turn these 200K into 400 to $500,000. And then next week, we're going to turn the $500,000 into $1 million. Boys, we are close. We're almost there. Literally, last time, I'm going to even show you guys this. Look at this. Literally. This was about to be nearly 1 year ago that I blew the challenge and that I simply broke my trading rules. I simply avoided all the lessons that I was getting in front of me. I was just making continuous mistakes over and over again. You guys can see right here that literally on October 6th, 2023, doing this now for 3 months, and it's so yeah, literally on October 6th is going to be about a year. So basically 1 week away is gonna mark 1 year exactly from when I last attempted the challenge, and I was at the exact same point where I am now. I was just at like 300K and I blew the challenge. We're officially on the account. We're about to hit margin call right now. That is not going to happen this time. I learned from my mistakes and I am prepared for these next weeks. So we're 2 weeks away from completing this challenge, and I know we're gonna do it. All I can say is join the Set and Forget community. Be part of these calls that I do every single Sunday, where I literally share the before, the during, the after. You guys saw how I just did one this Sunday completely for free. Let me show you guys here. It means we've been actually trading things for thousands of... Wait, let me just show it over here. You guys can see how I did it right here, completely for free
for an hour and a half. 70,000 people saw it in 4 days because I shared the before, during, and after, and I never really do it free. So that was the last Sunday swings that I did for free for the rest of the challenge until I complete it. Every single Sunday swings where I share these trades is in the link in the description below. You guys will get access to my whole entire strategy. You guys will get access to my private Discord, private events, weekly calls with me live, and my psychology series. All you have to do is join the 7-figure community, and you're gonna be able to potentially have results just like these if you apply the strategy correctly. Think about the strategy like a weapon. The 7-figure strategy is a ginormous machine gun. Like a ginormous machine gun right here, the biggest. Don't show my feet, I'm not wearing shoes. So the ginormous machine gun. Now, if the soldier that is holding the machine gun is not equipped and skinny and he can't even carry the weight of it, the machine gun has no use. You have to be strong, built like me to be ready to handle the machine gun. So that's what I do every single week. I train you to be ready to use this machine gun and take it to battle, which are the markets. And when you come here to the markets, you come here and you simply go, edit the gun and edit the noise. But if you're not built and strong to do that, you simply have no use for the gun. So all I can say is link in the description. See you guys this Sunday. Next week's gonna be 200K to $500,000. Set and forget. So we're gonna end off this week with the machine gun example. But we actually got one. We got one right now. Now this is what I mean by machine gun. Oh, my finger's on there. All right, so you wanna come in here, creep into my fucking balcony and shit on my balcony and not clean it. That I forgot about. Look, come here. Look. That was you right there. And you are yet to pick it up. Think I forgot? No. I haven't forgotten. But you want to know what? I'm going to forgive you. Just tell me one thing. What's going to happen next week? Are we going to go up? Or are we going to go down? Tell me. There's a lot of people watching. Give me the signal. I'm taking you outside. Tell your friends to not fuck around here and leave shit all over the place, all right? Tell your friends. You hear me? Tell your friends, okay? That. Betty learns this lesson.